So welcome back to the YouTube channel. So last week we tore apart the Mini and it needs far more work than initially thought. So that one's gone on, well, it's not on the back burner now, but the Land Rover Series 2A is in the way. We need to get that one going. We're partway through doing the clutch for the Land Rover. So today we need to separate the gearbox, drop the gearbox safely without crushing me, hopefully. I want to have a look at the clutch, measure it up, just make sure that I order in the right part. I'm sick of ordering parts, they arrive, you're going to fit them wrong one, so I'm going to make sure I get the right one with this one. It's already partially stripped down. That was stripped down before the videos were started, so I'll show you a bit about what we've had to take out to get it to this stage. I'm wondering with the gearbox lowering, you might have noticed in the last video that the driveway is quite narrow. It doesn't give a lot of room to work around the car, especially on the one side. You can hardly even get down there. The other side you can walk past it, but that's about it. We do have the engine crane. I'd love to use that, put it through the door and have it lower the gearbox down nice and safely, but I don't think it's quite going to fit. So my other option is to use the trolley jack and put together some kind of cradle that'll sit around the gearbox and hold it. The centre of gravity on these gearboxes is horrible. The transfer box is off to the side. The minute you kind of move it, it's going to want to fall, all in a funny way. So we're going to have a look. I'm really hoping the engine crane might fit through and I can lower it down. But we'll see. I'm also going to include in this video, so this Land Rover has taken me probably the best part of 11 years maybe to get to this stage. So obviously I documented a lot of it with photographs, so I'm going to give you a bit of an update of how it all started, the progression of it, so you can see, you know, how we got to the stage we're at now. It's been an ongoing project. Obviously house moves, kids, it all gets in the way, life. But it's essentially finished. I reused the old clutch. I think it was reused. I think the Land Rover was used on an off-road course initially as a recovery vehicle. So I'm pretty sure it had a hell of a beating in its early life pre coming to us. I should have thought about that when I reused the clutch. It seems to be a bit of meat on it, but it's got a lot of judder, so maybe it's slightly warped, or I'm not quite sure. But basically it needs taken out, binning, and we need to get a new clutch in there to get it running, you know, smoothly. So yeah, let's crack on with the video. Okay, I'm not a fan of will it start videos, but this hasn't been started for 4 months, so I'm just interested. Let's give it a try, see what comes out. It's also, it is becoming a real magnet for crap. Don't know why, but all this shit is piled up in front of it. Right. Okay. Some choke. Nothing yet. Unless you want to go. Yeah. So this is where we've stripped it down so far. So we can now get to the bellows and bolts. Prop shaft disconnected. Disconnected. The speedo linkage disconnected, gear sticking disconnected. I've taken these out so that when we drop it, we can actually pull it back without getting caught on all this bodywork. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's just a case of bellows and bolts, gearbox clamps. There's a removable cross member, which is useful, and then safely drop it down to the floor and have a look at this clutch. See what I mean? I don't think there's enough room here to fit an engine crane in that gap to lower it down. I don't know, is it worth getting it out? There's even less room this side. Look at that. I think these driveways are built by the same people who built these flipping horrible cars. This horrible thing was designed in hell by the devil itself. Okay, first things first, let's get this prop shaft tied up and out of the way. See the old bungee cord that was holding it completely disintegrated. Great quality. Like that. Okay, we're going to loosen off these that hold the removable cross member in place. Same over there. Before we can get at these gearbox mounts, we're going to leave these in place so that it's not unsupported. We're just going to, they haven't been undone for a while, so we're just going to crack them, make sure they come out easier. Okay, time to crack these bell housing bolts. Fucking Jesus. Okay, there's two ways to do this. I don't think there's any point in trying to fit engine crane in that little gap, so I'm going to opt for the trolley jack solution. So I have to make a cradle, something that'll fit like that, that's in there. I'm thinking a piece of plate on the top with legs coming off to grab the gearbox like a cage. But this doesn't have a locating dowel, so I'm thinking if I can modify this bolt to sit in there, weld it on the underside of this plate, that'll be my locating, that'll keep it solid on there, and then whether I need something similar to this, not like this but similar like that, to sit around the gearbox like a hand and hopefully lower it down safely. I don't fancy dying or going to hospital today, so I don't know, it's got to be worth a shot, right? So remember, danger doesn't take a day off. Let's check these corners off. It fits. We'll have to get the centre of this one. Thought I'd lost it, but it's been in here all along. What an idiot. So we're using this Super Meg 150. I love it. It's absolutely great. It has never let me down. Handle snapped off. Fabricated this thing. Little Hobbywell bottle on the back. But yeah, she works really well. I'm not the best welder by any stretch, but it'll stick. Okay, she's never going to win any awards. I'm not a welder, so don't criticise my welds, but on is on, and that is on. Yeah, I think that'll hold up. That's the truth. I'm just going to try her in here. Hey. Okay, here's my thinking. Little piece of box section either side. Don't know if you can see that. So I don't crush the drain plug, which is in there somewhere. It's a bit dark in there. A ratchet strap over the top, hold either side. Ratchet strap it onto there. Another jack back here at the handbrake. Remove this cross member here, and then lower it down on the two jacks. Simple. Okay, so weld these on either side. Drain plug sits about here, and hopefully those box sections high enough, there'll be enough for a standoff so this won't crush the drain plug. And then a hole here and a hole this side. Ratchet strap over the top of the gearbox, that'll hold that end. Well, that's the plan. Okay, so we have these support pieces welded on either side and there. So we just need to drill a hole here and through there, and that should fit the ratchet strap on. Let's get on with that. Oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, beep. Not bad. Hopefully they'll hold up. Fingers crossed. Like I say, I'm not a welder, but if it sticks, it sticks. I'll take it. Right, I gave up on the holes idea. Two holes. So what I've done, I've cut a hole in these box sections either side, and that's going to be far easier. I would have been there forever drilling. I think I would have had to drill them up to about 18-20 mil. So this hopefully is a better solution. Okay, here's my contraption in action. You can see it there. A ratchet strap. from above. I can only find like about a 10-mile long ratchet strap, but I'm gonna do the job. So I think another jack under here, and that's it. So I'm doing some bolts. Not for the first time in my life, but I've been an idiot. And where it is down there, I put it right in the way of one of the bell housing bolts. The last one, I've got to do all the others. All these are all undone. But that last one, can you see it just in there? Ooh, ouch. So just wondering why the gearbox won't come off. Dun, dun, dun. Left the bolt on. Rookie error. Okay, what's better than one jack? Two jacks. Okay, so many attempts later, got it to that. Oh, the shadow's terrible, right? So I can see it that far off. This side's not so good. It's kind of part out, but it's kind of half in, half out. I've sworn at it, that didn't work. Kicked it, that didn't work. Two jacks, that hasn't worked. It's kind of like a wobbly tooth. Just keep wiggling the f***er and it will go, but it's getting dark because it's like the, I don't know, 16th of November. So it's dark like bloody middays, you can't get anything done. But I'm going to keep persevering, it has to come out. It's got to be on the floor tonight. I don't like it half in, half out. Let's keep going. Okay, it's now getting dark. Put gearbox on the floor. Wasn't very graceful. I nearly smashed my fingers up in the process, but she's down. What a thing. Right, that gearbox weighs a ton, and the centre of gravity is all off. It's like this because you've got the transfer box on the side of it. So really, the thing I've made to hold it on the jack did nothing much. Okay, so next day, we got the gearbox out last night. Rather ungracefully, it fell out. Trapped one of the brake lines on its way down, trapped my finger on the way down. So I had to think of a new plan of attack last night, and we've got the engine crane through the door. There's just enough room to squeeze it into place. So the hope is we can lift the gearbox onto the dolly and move it a bit safer. Let's have a look. So this is the dolly we're going to use. It's just a really basic thing on casters, but it'll give us some ability to maneuver it. This is the engine crane setup we've got going on through the door, really shoehorned in place. I'm going to try and put the jib down through the cinder box there, down onto the gearbox, and lift it on. So let's see how we get on. Okay. Okay, so clutch is out. All I have noticed, it doesn't look overly worn. Flip it over. I mean, there looks to be plenty of clutch material on there before you get down to the rivets, but it's like there's streaks in there where it looks like it's only gripping in certain areas. Seems like a line all the way around, and the same on the flywheel. So I think it's best changed, be on the safe side. This gearbox removable cross member. This side gearbox mount has completely shat itself, split in two. So I've ordered some new mounts. I'll unbolt these. I might give this a quick clean up now, just before it goes in the car while I got the opportunity to. And I think likewise, while the gearbox is out of the way inside the car, I'll take the chance to get in, clean up, put a coat of paint on it, and hopefully it'll last another few years. Okay, so we've cleaned up the cross member and the gearbox mount little brackets. Put a bit of that cool rust converter stuff. There's only surface rust on there. It's not going to harm it, but while it's off, I just thought, do you know what, let's just paint it, and I'll wait till that to dry, chuck a primer on it and spray it up with some black sort of multi-purpose paint just so it's nice and clean and fresh, ready to go back on. I've ordered up some new gearbox mounts. Hopefully they'll be coming in the next couple of days, and then that'll be all ready to go back together. I can get this clutch ordered, and then I think next time we get 5 minutes I can put it all back together and start the reconstruction of a Land Rover. Then all we've got is to get the tracking done, and yeah, good to go.